As America's beloved Charlie's Angel, Jaclyn Smith captured hearts without scandal or noise. But behind that polished exterior was a woman who loved hard, married boldly, and walked away when she had to. This is the untold story of Jaclyn Smith's romantic life. Before the world knew her as the most elegant angel on television, Jaclyn Smith was just a Texas-born brunette chasing a career in ballet and modeling. After her college graduation, she moved to New York in the early 1960s to study at the School of American Ballet. The dream was to make a name for herself in dance, but the modeling world opened first, and Jaclyn went along with it. She was graceful, soft-spoken, and had curves in all the right places. This helped her rise quickly to become one of the most sought-after models in America. Her beauty and natural charm caught a lot of attention, including that of actor Roger Davis, and he proposed to her after just 2 dates. And Jaclyn, who was young and already in love, said yes. They got married in 1968.
Unfortunately, what started as a passionate romance soon turned into quiet disappointment. She told a magazine years later, "I was such an innocent. I was living too much for him, and I lost sight of myself." They tried counseling twice, but nothing worked. The marriage was suffocating. While Jaclyn wanted growth and success, her husband wanted things to stay the same. It also didn't help that the tabloids were constantly after them to find loopholes in their marriage. There was a time Jaclyn had gone to New York to film a commercial, and Roger was left in Los Angeles. He was invited to a party and went by himself, and by evening he was captured on camera with a pretty girl. The picture made front covers, and tabloids claimed it was evidence that their marriage was in trouble. It was later revealed that the girl was just a friend of Jaclyn and Roger's. She had been a bridesmaid at their wedding and had gone over to say hello to Roger when the photographers appeared out of the blue and began to snap them together. After that, Jaclyn struggled to stay afloat in the marriage. She waited for someone to tell her to leave, and when no one did, she made the decision herself. They divorced in 1975, and Jaclyn walked away with a broken heart and a stronger will to make it. Then came the career that would change everything. In 1976, Charlie's Angels premiered, and Jaclyn Smith became a star. She played the role of a female detective in a group of 3. They would go undercover, frequently dressed scantily and provocatively. The show soon became known as Jiggle TV, aka Titanass Television, or TNA in a shortened form. The drama became very controversial and was termed by some as trashy and escapist entertainment. Jaclyn would have none of it. For her, their roles were mild rather than loud on sexuality. She commented, "Critics said that as actresses we were sexually exploited, but it was a nursery rhyme. We were in a bathing suit at the beach, and if there was a hint of a love scene, it was so proper."
She was the only angel to last all 5 seasons. She was both America's sweetheart and its fantasy. And with the fame the TV series brought her, she couldn't escape unwarranted attention, especially from men. That was how she met Dennis Cole. He was irresistibly handsome and a successful actor with a magnetic charm. He also starred in a guest role on Charlie's Angels. Flowers and poetry were the way to Jaclyn's heart, and Dennis knew it. He wrote her a touching poem, and his many romantic gestures were unmatched. Very soon, Jaclyn was having butterflies in her stomach. The two couldn't get enough of each other and dated for 19 months unbroken. In November 1978, they got married in New York. It was meant to be a secret wedding, but Jaclyn was too famous, so the press found out about it anyway. The ceremony was intimate, with just 25 guests. They made the invitations over the phone and booked the reception under fake names at Tavern on the Green in Central Park. The marriage vows were taken, and the couple was ready for a happily ever after.
When they were done, Jaclyn told one of the reporters who crashed the ceremony, "Without Dennis, my life would not have been complete. And now it is." But, as it always does, reality had other plans for them. The marriage started to come apart. Fame was a troublesome third party in the relationship. Jaclyn was always in the headlines, and Dennis was beginning to feel the heat of comparison. Their acting careers had spun into a competition, and their marriage couldn't withstand the heat. Jaclyn herself knew they were in for trouble. All the publicity contributed to the breakup. "I guess a man doesn't want competition, and I understand that," she said. "I'm not one of those big women's libbers. I understood Dennis wanted to be the head of the house, but the papers were calling him Mr. Jaclyn Smith." In 1981, the couple divorced, and Jaclyn was left heartbroken because she had tried to keep them together. The failure hit her harder than the first. For a while, she questioned whether she would ever find lasting love.
Then, just like a twist in a movie plot, she met Anthony B. Richmond. They met on the set of Night Kill in 1980. Tony was a British cinematographer, a BAFTA winner, and more importantly, someone who saw beyond her physical beauty. For an actress who was named among the 50 most beautiful women in the world, Tony wasn't blind to Jaclyn's obvious seductive features, but to him, she was also a kind, funny, and wholesome person. She knew who was taking her for a ride and who wasn't. By now, Jaclyn had been married and divorced twice. She joked in interviews, "If this marriage doesn't work, I'm going into a nunnery." But behind the humor was exhaustion. She wanted something real, something lasting, and Tony Richmond looked like it. She had been criticized in the gossip columns about her romantic past, but this time around, she was sure and boldly said it. "He's the ideal man. I finally found him. But listen, after 2 failures and a lot of fear and doubt about my judgment, he had to be special." Jaclyn was classic Hollywood, and Tony Richmond was London cool, but somehow they made it work. That same year, they got married in a quiet wedding. It was attended by just 3 friends and their 3 dogs. The couple bonded both professionally and personally. They worked together on a few projects, including the 1985 film Déjà Vu. The movie portrayed Jaclyn's character, Brooke, as a sexy ballerina who had reincarnated after 50 years. It was a huge success that further increased her popularity. Motherhood came knocking when Jaclyn got pregnant. Their son, Gaston Anthony, was born in 1982, and their daughter, Spencer Margaret, followed 3 years later. Jaclyn may have been a popular television icon, but at home, she chose to be a mom. Tony once said, "It would be easy after 14 hours of shooting for her to say, 'I'm tired,' but Gaston comes first." And that's who Jaclyn was, loyal, grounded, and fiercely maternal. But even good love stories can come to an end. By 1989, 8 years into their marriage, she and Tony had grown apart. They just quietly divorced that same year. That was when Brad Allen walked into her life and changed everything. Brad wasn't in entertainment, just like Jaclyn had predicted that there was no love for her in Hollywood. He was a surgeon, a heart surgeon to be exact. Jaclyn had met him under tender circumstances. It was when her father was being treated for a heart condition at the University of Illinois Medical Center. Surprisingly, their hearts connected, quietly but genuinely. Brad wasn't starstruck nor chasing fame. He was a steady, smart, and patient man. They dated for 7 years before they got married in 1997. Their romance wasn't rushed or wild. What they had was a thoughtful, deep relationship. Jaclyn's daughter Spencer, who was just 11 then, was her maid of honor, while her 15-year-old son, Gaston, gave her away. It was a simple, joyous ceremony, and Jaclyn fervently hoped it would last forever. The 2 lovebirds have been together for nearly 3 decades now. In 2022, they celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary. Jaclyn posted a sweet video on Instagram with the caption,
Happy 25th anniversary to my guy, my best friend, my partner in life, who keeps me laughing through the ups and downs and takes such good care of all of us, even my honey bun. Their marriage has never made tabloid headlines. There's been no drama, no whispers. In 2022, the couple posted a workout video where they kissed passionately between reps. "It's hard to stay motivated during the holidays," she wrote. "But Brad and I have found a way to have a few laughs while getting a workout done."
Their love life remains simple, playful, and real. While the first half was full of broken promises, heartbreaks, and painful competition, she is now quietly grounded in love and surrounded by family. Her children are grown now. Spencer, her daughter with Anthony Richmond, gave birth to Bia, Jaclyn's first granddaughter, in 2016. And her son Gaston has 2 daughters, Olivia Rose, born in 2019, and Ren Jaclyn, born in 2023. Jaclyn has permanently settled into the role of a doting grandma. She remarked to a reporter, "The love you have for your children, it's like, oh my God, but this is even bigger. There are no words. I was thrilled to become a grandma." She may have played the sleek, sultry angel, but in real life, Jaclyn Smith is a woman who has fought for love. She was never afraid to walk away when something wasn't working. When asked about why she had a string of past lovers, she answered, "I'm an old-fashioned girl, and I didn't believe in living with people, so I guess I married for the wrong reasons at times." Radiant at 79, she is still in love, still working, and still fiercely herself.
If you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll enjoy the one on your screen right now. Click, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one.
Janet?